Namaste, greetings. Just let me know if you can hear me. And tonight we're doing a Yin Yoga class focusing on spring, which is associated with the wood element. And the wood element and spring is associated with the heart chakra. So we'll be working with the heart chakra tonight, and also the liver and gallbladder meridian lines. Now, we'll be doing the Hriday heart chakra mudra, which is you take your first finger and you put it at the base of your thumb. Then your middle finger and your ring finger, they also touch your thumb, and the little finger just sticks up like that. That is the Hriday mudra for the heart chakra. So we're going to start our grounding with that. So your little finger goes at the root of your thumb, making a little circle. Then this middle finger and your ring finger touches your thumb, and the little pinky finger just sits up like that. And we're going to sit to ground with this hand gesture for the heart chakra to open and balance the heart. So we're going to be doing the liver and kidney meridians. So just have a little go now. Your first finger touches the root of your thumb. The next finger and the ring finger touches the thumb, and the little finger just sits up. This is the heart mudra. Okay? Greetings, everyone. Just let me know you can hear me. And the liver and kidney meridian, no, not the liver, not the kidney, the liver and the gallbladder. Okay, the liver meridian starts at the big toe, the top of the big toe, comes up on the inside of the feet, up the insides of the legs, up the body, and hence just here below the breast. And the gallbladder meridian starts at the end of the little toe, both sides, comes up the outside of the toe, comes up the leg, and it zigzags up the body, and then it comes up over the head and hens ear, but then we have another line coming around the ears and ending at our third eye, and that is the gallbladder meridian. And if you suffer from headaches, that could be that the gallbladder meridian is not balanced and not aligned. So we're going to work with spring, the wood element, and we are kind of entering the yang phase now. We've kind of come out of the winter from the yin, the introspective, but yin is still a beautiful practice to do. Okay, so let's begin. So, finding a place to settle, either on your block. Let's just check I'm not too lopsided here. So sitting on your block or sitting on a chair. Just twist that round a bit. Remember, am I being more lopsided? I think so. Let's just get this right. Okay. So I'm going to sound the bell, and that means ready to start. So if you're sitting on your block, make sure that you're on top of your sitting bones, pushed forward, so that your knees are slightly lower than your hips, and this helps to keep the spine straight and not put pressure on your spine. If you're sitting on a chair, keep both feet on the floor and make sure that your spine is nice and straight. So I'm going to sound the bell now. I'm going to make our Hriday mudra for the heart chakra. So your first finger touches the root, as I showed you, And the other two fingers come down and touch the tip of the thumb, and the little finger is just sticking up in the air. And we're going to place our palms up like this. And this is to open up the heart chakra. The colour is green. This is why I'm wearing green. And it's to open up the heart chakra and balance the heart chakra. So I'm going to sound the bell, and we'll begin the grounding, to ground into the present moment, to let go of everything. This is your time. So making your Hiriada Bandha mudra and resting palms upwards. So just now we're going to take a deep breath into the nose, and we're going to just sigh, a big sigh out, and as we just let go of everything from the day, we're going to blow it out, okay? So taking a big breath in through the nose, and as you do, lengthen the crown of your head up towards the universe. So taking a deep breath in, lengthen that spine as far as you can. Imagine growing your root chakra, not your root chakra, your crown chakra up to the sky, and just blow it out. So you're just letting go of any tension, any stress, any negative energy that's in your body. So we'll do that again. Taking a deep breath in, lengthening the spine, lengthening the crown of the head to the universe. Exhale. Well done. Now we're going to ground into this present moment. So we're just going to inhale naturally through the nose, and as you do, lengthen that tailbone. Imagine the root chakra growing down into the earth, growing roots. And exhale through the nose. Inhale into the abdomen as far as you can. And on the exhale, send that breath down the legs into the feet, grounding. I am secure and grounded. I am safe. I release all fear. Taking now a deep breath into the heart chakra as far as you can. And exhale, sending that breath down the arms, into the hands, into your Hriada Mudra, heart chakra, hands. Taking a deep breath now into the crown of your head, the crown chakra. Lengthening the back of the neck, lightly tucking the chin. On the exhale, deeply relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Just taking a deep breath in now as far as you can, and then just hold it for a count of 2, a slight pause, and then exhale through the nose. And just repeat after me. I embrace growth. I embrace renewal. I embrace emotional freedom. And spring is all about letting go, renewal, new life. Everything changes. It's a new dawn, a new day. It's spring. As you can see, there's new life everywhere. The daffodils are out, the lambs are born, The flowers are starting to bloom. Everything is starting to awaken from the winter. The sun is beginning to shine. We enter this new stage in our life. We nurture and grow with what all the changes. The more we accept and flow with the change, the less suffering we inhibit on ourselves. So we're now going to do a deep breath. It's called a detoxification breath. So we basically inhale as far as we can through the nose, and then we exhale for as long as we can, making it a long exhale. And it helps to detoxify the liver. We're working with the liver meridian tonight and the gallbladder. So taking a deep breath in through the nose as far as you can. Pause. And then a long, deep exhale. Pause. Inhale, deep, long inhale through the nose. And a long, deep exhale as long as you can. Till there's no air left. Do that again. Long inhale through the nostrils. And a long exhale. And this time, we're just going to hum out in the B breath, which helps to quiet the mind and sends that vibration throughout the body. So taking a deep breath in through the nose, and we're going to out, hum out like the bee. Inhale, exhale. Again, inhale. And big breath, humming out. One more. Inhale as far as you can. And exhale, humming out. Well done. So now we're nice and grounded. We're going to begin our first posture tonight, which is the butterfly pose. First, we're just going to warm up our neck. Don't forget, we're going to be doing gentle ujjayi, so let's just practice that. Inhale into the heart, making the constrained sound in the throat, as though you're steaming up a mirror, and the sound of the ocean. So inhale into the heart. Breathe through the mouth and make that noise if you can't do it through the nose yet. And exhale from the abdomen. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. One more. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. So we're going to be working the postures we do tonight. We're going to be working with the liver, the gallbladder, and also a couple of postures to open up the heart. So taking an ujjayi breath into the heart, lengthening the spine, lengthening the crown of the head. On the exhale, taking your right ear to your right shoulder. Feeling that stretch on the left side of the neck. Inhale into the center. Exhale, taking the left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Gentle ujjayi. Remember the breath leads the movement. So we're just going to do nice circles now with the neck. On the exhale, taking your right ear to your right shoulder. Down and round. Till the left ear comes to the left shoulder. Then we inhale round the back. And exhale down and round. Inhale round the back. Exhale down and round. Feeling every twinge in that neck. Now we're going to go the other way. Down and round. Inhale up the back and round. Exhale down and round. Inhale up the back. Feeling those little twinges in the neck. We hold a lot of tension in our neck. And when your left ear reaches your left shoulder, inhale, bring it back to center. Well done. So we're going to start off. Inhale, bringing your left arm up, putting the right hand on the floor. Exhale, just going over to the right, feeling that stretch on the left side, the gallbladder line. Inhale, bringing the arm up to the center. Exhale, bring the hand down, place it on the mat. Inhale into the heart, lifting up the right arm. Exhale, taking that arm over to the left, feeling that stretch on the right side, gallbladder line. Inhale into the heart, gentle ujjayi, bringing it back up to the center. And exhale, bringing it down to the mat. Well done. So we can remove our block now. Now the first pose we're going to do is butterfly. And this one is mainly focusing on the liver meridian line because it comes from the big toe up the inner legs and you're going to feel the stretch in your inner groin at the top of your legs. So we're placing our feet together, and the closer you can bring your feet, the more we're going to work that liver meridian line. But you place your feet that wherever feels comfortable for you. So if your feet need to be out there, because we're going to lean forward. Now, if there's too much pressure on your back, you can just stay seated. Try and bring your feet as close to your groin as you can, so that we're really going to feel that stretch here, which is the liver meridian line. Okay. But if you can, we're going to gently come forward. Okay, so now if you need a block here, you could put a block here and just rest your elbows like that and put your hands in your chin in your hands, if that feels okay. If you don't want to come all the way forward, or you could put it a little bit lower and rest your hands like that, keeping the neck soft. Or if you're feeling that you want to go right down, then you can go as forward down as you can. until you feel the edge where you can't go any further. Now, also it helps if you want to just put a little thin cushion with your buttocks just on the end of it. That helps just elevate the hips a little bit. Okay? So, finding what is comfortable for you. And I'm actually thinking I might use the block. We're putting the block here. So find what's best for you, and the block like that, the block like that, or you feel quite comfortable just to come forward, just rounding that spine, tucking the chin, finding your edge now. If it hurts, you've gone too far, and just use a block and take yourself a little bit ease out of the pose, okay? And if you struggle with a lot of back problems, then just keep yourself more upright, okay, like this. Or if it's really bad, you can just use your hands and just sit up like this. Okay, so let's find our edge, moving into our edge now. What feels good for you? And we're going to hold it there now. You should be able to feel a stretch on the inner thighs at the top of the legs, the inner groin, inside of the legs, so that we're working the liver meridian. Now we're in position. Let's just ease into the pose. And we hold the pose in Yin Yoga because it's getting deep into the fascia tissues within the muscles. And a lot of the pain that we might feel in our body isn't coming from the muscles, but the deep fascia within, which can become tight. If we don't use it, it can tighten and shorten as we get older. So Yin is a beautiful practice to really just work deep within. So we're doing gentle ujjayi. Remember, we're inhaling into our heart chakra and we're exhaling from the abdomen, making that slight constrained sound in the throat. Inhale into the heart. On the exhale, deeply relax the face. Relax the eyes, relax the cheeks, relax the jaw. Inhale into the heart. On the exhale, deeply relax the neck, no tension in the neck. Inhale into the heart. On the exhale, deeply relax the shoulders, the hands, the arms. Feeling the aliveness in the hands. Feeling the energy within the body. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, sending that breath into the abdomen and the lower spine as we ground into this asana. Now we're going to take our breath into where we're feeling the stretch. You may feel a stretch on the outer top of the legs, the outer thighs. This is the gallbladder meridian. And you definitely should be feeling a stretch on the inner top of the legs, top of the thighs, in the groin area. This is our liver meridian. So we're going to take a deep breath now, ujjayi, into the inner groins of our legs, the top of the inner legs. Inhale
On the exhale, send the breath to where you feel a stretch. Do that again. Inhale into the heart chakra. Exhale to where you're feeling that stretch in the inner groin. One more breath into the exhale and into the groin area while you feel that stretch. Inhale. And sending that breath down the legs into the feet as we ground into the earth and the tree of life. Do 2 more breaths. Inhale into the heart. Ujjayi, gentle Ujjayi breath. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Well done. Now very gently, as we inhale, we're going to use our hands nice and slowly to push ourselves back up. Well done. Well done. So we're going to just release those legs. Oh, I can feel that. So taking the legs out. Just going to put the music up a little bit. And putting our hands behind ourselves and inhale, just lifting up the heart, lifting up the head, pointing the toes, and slightly bending the spine backwards to release that forward bend. Exhale, bring the chin to chest, flex the feet. This is the counter movement. Inhale, point the toes, lift up the chest, lift up the gaze. We're opening up the heart chakra. Exhale, flex the feet, chin to chest. Well done. And then just give your legs a little shake. Okay, because now we're moving into the shoelace. Okay, so you're going to need a block to sit on here. You don't have to, but it helps to elevate the hips. It helps you get in the pose better. Now, I'm going to show you the pose and I'll show you the alternatives. So, I like to sit on my block. So what we're doing here, we're going to take, as though we're crossing our legs, we take the right leg, put it under. Then we take our right leg and we put it over the top of that left leg so that we're sitting like this. Now, if you just want to sit like this, with your spine elevated, hands just supporting you on the mat, that's okay. You can do it like this. Or I will sit on a block because it helps you to get your legs crossed better. Or we're going to move forward into the pose. Now you can use the block to just rest your hands on like that if you feel that's far enough forward. Or you can put your block like that, go a little bit further down. Or if you want to, you can just go with your hands and curl round. Now, if that's too much on, say, your top leg, you could always use a block under your top leg to support it, like that. Okay, and come forward, and that block helps to support that leg. If it's too much on your knees, then what you could do is straighten that right leg, okay, and just bring the straighten the left leg and bring your right leg across like that and move into the pose like that. Okay? And you might feel you need to put a block under that straight leg like that so it doesn't pull on the knees. Okay? So find what is comfortable for you as we now, this is the shoelace pose, as we find our edge. I'm going to use across the top. You can straighten the leg out if it's too much. I found this pose quite hard when I first started doing it. The more I've done it, the more I started to release all those fascia, all that deep fascia around the hips, around the thighs, and I'm able to do it better. So just the more you do it, the better you get. But if that bottom knee, the bottom leg feels too strained, then straighten it out and just cross that leg over. And remember to use your block if you need to. Now this is working the liver and the gallbladder because we'll be feeling a stretch in the inner groin, and we'll also be on the outside of the legs. So the gallbladder. Okay, so finding what's comfortable for you now on your block, or you can just lean forward like that and tuck the chin. So finding your edge, and we're ready to settle in to the pose. Now you will feel a real stretch on those outer thighs and the inner groin. We're working the gallbladder and the liver meridian here. So when you're ready, let's take a nice deep breath into the heart, gentle ujjayi. Exhale from the abdomen, relax in the face, relax in the neck. Because when we feel a stretch in our body, we might tense our face without realizing. Releasing the teeth, no gritting the teeth, relax the jaw, relax the lips. Taking a nice breath into the heart. On the exhale, relax the shoulders down, relax the arms, relax the hands. Taking a nice deep ujjayi into the heart chakra, into the heart in the center of your chest. Exhale from the abdomen. Now when we breathe into the heart, always imagine that beautiful green of the heart chakra. Taking a deep breath in to the heart. On the exhale, send the breath down the spine, down the root chakra, out into the earth. As we connect to the earth's energies. Inhale into the heart. Now breathing into where you feel, on the exhale, let it go into where you feel in the stretch. You should be able to feel it on those, the outside of the top of the thighs and the inner groin. And as we inhale now, we ask the question, who am I? Am I this body? Am I this mind? As we go deep within to the deep fascia tissue, we're also with Yin Yoga, strengthening and helping the bones. It's really good for the bones too. Inhale into the heart. Sending the breath on the exhale down the legs into the feet. Who am I? And we'll look at that later on in the class. 2 more breaths. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale into the heart. Exhaling from the abdomen, gentle ujjayi, ocean sound breath, pranayama breath. Now we're going to inhale and gently come up, pushing our hands. Take your block, place it on the top where the top leg is, crossed. So if your right leg is over the bottom leg, put the block on your right side, and we're going to do a stretch on this side, which is our gallbladder meridian. Okay, so taking your elbow, placing it on the block, put your block that way, the total way. Bring your left arm up, and then just tucking your left hand behind the top of your t-shirt top. Just tuck it in there, the back of the neck, and resting the head on your hand. So we're just going to take 3 breaths here, and this is just working that left side gallbladder line. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale into that left side now, which is the gallbladder meridian. Inhale into the left side where you feel the stretch. Exhale from the abdomen, ujjayi. 1 more breath. Well done. Releasing the arm, releasing yourself back up, and releasing those legs. We're going to do a counter movement. So taking your legs out, your feet on the floor, we're going to do the windshield, left to right and left to right. Just releasing those top thighs now. This is also opens up the hips. The shoelace is a hip opener. Now we're going to go on the other side. So if your left leg was on the bottom before, which mine was, now your right leg is going to be on the bottom, and you take your left leg over the top. Now, remember, you can either sit up or use your block, same as before, like that, or you can just stay up with your hands, fingertips on the mat, chin, and you can just keep it like that. But obviously, when you come forward a little bit, it creates a deeper stretch in those upper thighs, which is really working the meridian lines. Or you can just put your block like that, or you can just put your hands on the mat. You can also put your block under there to support that top knee if you need, or keep that right leg straight and just bring that over as you go down. You might need to put a block under your knee to support your knee. Okay? So whatever is you find best, you might find that this side is different to the other side. So let's begin. No, I'm getting confused now. So right leg goes over the top now. Okay. And we begin to find our edge. Moving in. Is that right? Is that right? Yes, I'm getting confused. Yeah, because the top leg was over, so we're into the right. So now the left leg is on the top. That's it. So I'm getting confused. So the left leg is on the top now. And finding your position, either using your block, and it helps if you sit on the edge of a block, just to elevate the hips, and moving into the edge. Taking a deep breath into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen, deeply relax down into the posture. Inhale into the heart. Exhaling from the abdomen, relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the neck. The chin is lightly tucked. Inhale, Ujjayi into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Deeply relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the arms and the hands. You might even feel you can go deeper. Try to be as still as possible. It's stillness, so that we can get deep into those fascia tissues. Inhale into the heart. Exhaling into the buttocks, into the root chakra. Grounding and rooting in to the tree of life, the breath of life. In deep within, quiet mind. Who am I? So inhale now into the heart. Exhaling, taking the exhale to where you feel the stretch in those upper thighs, in the top of the legs, the groin, the inner groin, the outer legs. As we work the liver and gallbladder meridian line. And spring is about expansion, renewal. Inhale, Ujjayi into the heart. Exhale down the legs into the feet. Feel the aliveness in the hands and the feet. We are not this mind. We are not this body. We are this inner stillness, silence, and awareness. Spirit. And I love Yin Yoga. It's such a beautiful, mindful, restorative, meditative practice. Those deep fascia tissues that we're just working on the outer the yang, the muscles, how we look. We always should start within, to our bones and our fascia and our meridian lines to balance the energy. Taking an ujjayi breath into the heart. Exhaling from the abdomen. One more breath. Inhale, using your hands, gently coming back up. Well done. And it's quite you might feel some, just a slight tightness in your upper thighs tomorrow because we're opening up the hips. Now taking your block and placing it on where your top leg is. If your left leg's over the top, put the block on the left side. Resting your left elbow on there. Bringing up, as you inhale, bringing up the right arm and placing it behind the neck. Just tuck it under your t-shirt or top and rest your temple on your fist. I'm going to take 4 deep breaths here to work the meridian gallbladder line on this right side. Inhale into the heart. Gentle ujjayi. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, send the breath down that right side of the body. One more breath. Inhale, release the arm, coming back up to center. Releasing the legs. Oh, I can feel that in my legs. And just removing the block that you're sitting on. As we stretch out those legs, give them a little shake. And we're going to do some windscreen wipers, feet on the floor, and then we take the legs over to the left. Placing your hands behind your buttocks, over to the right. Just to release that tightness where we've worked in the upper thighs. Okay, we're going to do the swan now, and this is working the liver and the gallbladder. And yeah. So we're taking our front, we'll move on to the other leg now to bend it. I think we'll start with the left leg because that was the one on top and it releases a bit of pressure from that right leg. So coming on the long side of your mat, put your right leg like that, as though you're going to cross your legs. Okay, so that comes up the front like this, as though you're crossing your leg. And we put your hands on the mat and take this right leg back so that the front of the thigh, the front of the leg is on the mat and the toes are pointed, so that we're over our front leg like this. Okay, and this is working the liver and the gallbladder because we're going to feel a stretch in that inner groin and also on the outside of the body, the side of the body. Okay, so this is the swan pose where we just sit up like this. Now you can use 2 blocks here to rest your hands on, as we sit up in the swan. Okay, if that feels better, or you can just put your hands on the mat, whatever is good for you. I think I'm going to use we're just going to do we're going to do 4 breaths in the swan, and then we're going to move down like this into the sleeping swan. Now, for the sleeping swan, you might want to use your bolster when we come down into it, your bolster or your cushion. So that you're kind of lying across the bolster, okay? But that leg here is bent so that you're really feeling a stretch on the inner groin and the outer, which is the liver and the gallbladder. So let's just start with sitting swan, sitting up. So bringing that right leg bent. So you're going to cross it, and then we're going to put the front of that back leg on the mat, and we're just going to sit up like this, and we'll do 5 breaths, and then we'll move down into sleeping swan for 5 breaths. So finding your position. When you're ready, make sure that you're not looking up. There's no tension in the neck, keeping the neck aligned with the spine. So inhale, ujjayi, into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Relax the face, relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Now I want you to breathe into where you feel the stretch. You should be able to feel it on that outer side of the bent leg, at the top, around the buttocks, and the inner groin, and the outside of the leg. This is the liver and the gallbladder lines. Inhale into where you feel in the stretch in your body. Exhale from the abdomen, gentle ujjayi. 2 more breaths. Breathing into the stretch, into where you feel it. One more breath. Now we're going to move into sleeping swan. And you can either just come down like this and rest your elbows and just tuck your chin like that. Or you can use your block to rest your head on. Or if you want to use a big cushion bolster, you can just lean over that and look over to the right. Okay? Because the main thing is we're keeping that stretch on that bent leg, the left leg. So inhale, I'm going to do 5 breaths here. Inhale into the heart, gentle ujjayi. Exhale from the abdomen. Relax in the face. Inhale into the heart. Exhale into that bent leg in the groin, and the outer around the buttock. Really feeling that stretch right now. Inhale, gentle ujjayi into the heart chakra. Exhale from the abdomen. 2 more breaths. One more breath. And very gently pushing yourself up. Now normally we could just hold up the sitting one and then not do the lying down, but I wanted to get both in. So just releasing those legs now. You can probably feel it all around that top leg, the gallbladder and the liver. A little shake as we go on to the other side. Getting your blocks. You want to put your hands on the blocks. So now bending your right leg as though you're going to cross it. That's the deer pose, but we're not doing that tonight. And taking that left leg, placing your feet. So we want the front of that leg on the mat. Okay. If you want to use your blocks, into position. So when you're ready, finding your edge, settling into stillness, making the adjustments to what is suitable for you. If you want to just lie down, you don't want to sit up first, that's okay. You can get your bolster and just go straight into sleeping swan. And you stay in sleeping swan for the 10 breaths. Inhale into the heart, gentle ujjayi. Remember, we're working with the heart chakra, which is associated with spring, the wood element, and the liver and gallbladder. Inhale into the heart, gentle ujjayi through the nose. Exhaling from the abdomen. Relaxing the face, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. When we feel any tightness in our body, we might, without knowing it, just hunch up our shoulders, tighten our neck, tighten our face. Inhale into the heart. Exhale deeply, relaxing the shoulders and the arms and the hands. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Relaxing the whole body. Relaxing that back leg. Now inhale into where you're feeling the stretch. You should be able to feel it on the outer side of the bent leg, the front bent leg, around the buttocks on the outside and the inner groin. So we know we're working the liver and the gallbladder. Inhale into the heart. Exhaling from the abdomen. Into where you feel the stretch in that leg, that bent leg. 2 more breaths. Who am I? Inhale into the heart. And I can feel, exhale into where you feel the stretch. I can feel those hips opening. And a lot of the time, if we have pain in our lower back, it can be because our hips are closed and we've lost all that mobility in the hips. So opening up the hips like this also helps to release pressure on the lower spine. So now when you're ready, you can move into sleeping swan if you're already there. That's okay. You can lie on your bolster in the sleeping swan, or just putting your head on a block, coming forward. We're going to take 5 breaths here. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, sending that breath down the spine. In, and as we go forward into the sleeping swan, you'll feel there's an extra stretch on that outer bent leg around the buttocks, on the outer leg, which is the gallbladder meridian. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Relax the face. Relax the arms and the shoulders. If the mind wanders off, just bring it back to your breath, back to the stretch, back to the inner body, into your heart. Inhale into the heart, gentle ujjayi. Exhale, sending the breath to that back straight leg. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, sending the breath to that front bent leg where you're feeling the stretch right now. Working those deep fascia tissues. Opening up the hips. I am open to new things, new challenges. I am open to the new life of spring. I am open with an open and loving heart to the changes in life. One more deep breath. Inhale into the heart. And exhaling from the abdomen. And on each inhale, we're just going to gently push ourselves up, releasing that back leg. Well done. So we're going to move into our final pose tonight, which is the banana pose. And for the banana, we're going to clasp our hands at the top of the head so that we're opening up the heart. Okay, really opening up the heart. So, the banana. We're lying on the floor here. I love this pose, and it's really going to work the gallbladder. We bring our arms up over our head. You can either clasp the elbows or just the wrists. Then chin to chest, taking that left leg over to the left. And taking our upper body over to the left as well. Then taking that right leg and placing it beside the left leg. So you can see that we've kind of made like a banana crescent moon with our body. Now, you can just leave that right leg by the left leg, or if you want to take it deeper, cross that right leg over the left ankle. So we've made a banana shape with our body, and we're really working that gallbladder on that right side, all the way down the legs, all the way up the sides of the neck, the head. And if we bring our arms up over our head, we're opening up the heart chakra as well. So finding what's good for you. If you just want to place, if it's too much to cross your leg over, just leave it at the side next to the left leg. But if you cross it over, you'll find you get a deeper stretch. This is the final pause before we move into Shavasana. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, relax the arms, relax the arms that's clasped. Taking a deep breath into the heart, I open up my heart to receive and give love. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale into the heart. I am love. Exhale from the abdomen. I walk in love. We don't have time for anything else. We don't have time for fussing and fighting. And people sometimes, when they're upset, angry, backbiting, fussing and fighting, it's due to their own inner turmoil, and they project that onto you, onto the other people. We have to stay in this beautiful state and be the love. And the more we practice yoga, mindfulness, meditation, the more we can be that, because we're connecting with our inner being, with our spirit. Who am I? We are a spiritual being in a physical form. It's connecting with that and not being in the mind with all its chatter and complaining and being in the world. We're in the world but not of it. So taking a deep breath now into that side. You'll probably feel it on the inner arms as well. On the right side. Exhale, deeply relax the jaw, the body, the legs. This is a beautiful stretch. Open up our heart and give love where it's needed. 2 more breaths. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. 1 more breath. Releasing the arms, bringing the upper body back to center, releasing the legs, bringing the legs back to center. Taking a deep breath here, keeping that chin tucked towards the chest. Ujjayi breath into the heart, open up the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Releasing those shoulders down and away from the ears. We're going to move onto the other side now. So taking your right leg out to the side, moving your upper body over towards the right, bringing your arms up overhead, clasping. I find it better to clasp my wrists and my hands so that we're really opening up that heart. And then bring your left leg and place it next to the right leg, or if it's comfortable for you, cross that left leg, like lock it on the right ankle. So locking the ankles. Now we're going to work the gallbladder on the left side. So finding your edge, whatever's comfortable for you, either locking the ankles or just placing the leg next to it. Let's begin. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, relax the eyes, relax the cheeks, relax the nose, the mouth. Unlock the teeth. This is a beautiful asana. I love this one. Inhale into the heart. Exhaling, relax the shoulders down, relaxing the arms and the hands. Now taking an inhale into the heart, and as the exhale, we're going to exhale down that left side into the gallbladder meridian line. Inhale, exhale into that gallbladder down the left side. Inhale into the heart. Exhaling down the outer left leg, where the gallbladder meridian line goes right the way down to the little toe on the outside of the leg. Inhale, opening up the heart. Imagine the beautiful green. Filling your entire body of love, a beautiful emerald green. Inhale, a gentle ujjayi. Exhaling from the abdomen. Two more breaths. Inhale. Exhale from the abdomen. Last breath. Make it a deep breath into the heart center, into the heart chakra. And exhale from the abdomen. And release your arms. Release that locked left leg. Bring in the upper body back to center. Bring in the legs back to center. Placing your feet at the outer edges of the mat as we move into Shavasana. The final relaxation. So making sure your neck is lengthened so that the chin is lightly tucked. The neck is in line with the spine. Inhale, and as you exhale, deeply relax those shoulders. Let the whole spine, the lower spine, sink deeply into the mat. Our root chakra grounding with the earth's energies, the tree of life. Inhale into the heart. Letting go of ujjayi now. And just deep inhalation and exhalation through the nose. Relax the shoulders down. The arms by the side. Space between the arms and the body. Fingers gently curl into the palms of the hands. Palms turned up. The feet flopping away from each other around the edges of the mat. Space between the feet and the legs. And we're doing the heart chakra tonight as well, associated with spring. So I want you to imagine that you're somewhere where it's beautiful green, luscious all around you. That could be a green park with lots of green trees, which are just blossoming now for spring. Or it could be a forest, lots of greenery in the forest. Or it could just be in your garden, wherever you want to be. Imagine you're somewhere sitting amongst green leaves, green grass. green flowers, or the daffodils with the green leaves. So just bringing now into your awareness, you're lying in this green forest, wherever you are. Taking a deep breath into the heart as you open up your heart to receive the beauty of nature, for we are nature. As you connect to the divine being, nature of who we are. Who am I? We are nature. So taking your breath into your big toes, both legs, both toes. And on the exhale, taking the breath down each toe as you rest the toes into beingness. Taking the breath into the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet, the heels and the ankles. And on the exhale, deeply relax the feet into the green grass. Taking a breath into your calf muscles, your shins, the bony part at the front and bottom leg, and the meaty part in contact with the mat. On the exhale, deeply relax the lower legs and the feet down into the earth, into the grass, into beingness. Now taking your breath into the front of the knee, back of the knee, all around the knee. On the exhale, deeply relax the knee. Taking the breath into the upper thighs and the hips, where we've done a lot of work tonight. Outer leg, thigh, the upper, inner, the front and the back. With that upper leg, we've done a lot of work tonight there. I can feel it in my body. Inhale into those upper legs. Keeping the chin tucked. And on the exhale, deeply let go. Relax both legs into the grass, into beingness. And taking the breath into your abdomen, the hips, the buttocks, as far as you can. And on the exhale, deeply relax the hips, the buttocks, and the abdomen. Taking the breath now into the lower spine, up into the middle of the spine, up into the upper spine, lengthening the back of the neck, lengthening the spine. And on the exhale, let the spine sink deeply into the earth, grounding the root chakra. Taking a breath into the hands, the fingers, palms of the hands, the back of the hands. Breathing into the hands, taking that breath into the wrists, the lower arms, the upper arms, and on the exhale, deeply relax the arms into beingness. Now taking a deep breath into the heart center, let that heart open and expand as we bring in the love of the universe, the love of nature, love for ourselves as we nurture and love, self-love, not ego love, and nurturing and compassion for ourselves, then we can give that out to others. Taking the breath into the shoulders, deeply opening that chest, opening the heart chakra. I love unconditionally. Just think here of somebody that you really fond, really love. Bring them into your mind and send them love. And then your friends, neighbours, send them love. And extend that love out to the universe. And then the back of the neck, breathing into the neck, all around the neck, the throat chakra. Back of the head, the top of the head, the forehead. Relaxing the jaw, the eyebrows, the eyelashes, the eyelids. Taking a deep breath deep behind the eye. Mind floating on the breath, breath leading the mind to the heart. And when you're ready, just bringing some gentle movement into the fingers and the toes. Taking the gaze over to the right. Just to stretch that neck and then to center and exhale over to the left. If you want to stretch, point your toes, bring your arms up over your body as you inhale. And exhale, flexing your feet and bringing the arms back down. And when you're ready, gently roll over onto the right side. Taking a couple of breaths here. Whoa, inhale coming up. That was a longer class tonight. The thing with the yin is it does take a little bit longer because you're holding the pose. Oh, I'm feeling very well relaxed. I can feel that work in the hips. We're just going to say some affirmations and then we'll end the class. And just repeat gently after me. I embrace growth. I embrace the change as we move into spring and new life. I am balanced. I balance my emotions through meditation, yoga, mindfulness, breath work. I am love. The universe is love. I give love out to all beings. We bring our palms together as we give gratitude. Gratitude for the breath of life. Gratitude for the practice. Gratitude for the teaching. May the practice not only benefit ourselves, but all beings. May all beings be happy and free. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Namaste. Thank you for joining me tonight. There won't be a class next week. I'll be back the week after that. And we'll do a Hatha Vinyasa spring flow. Still working with the heart and the solar plexus, which is linked to spring. Thank you for joining me tonight. Peace be with you. Namaste. Namaste.